你们现在面前看到的就是著名的德雷克海峡。我们已经离开了南极大陆，踏上了从穿越德雷克海峡返回乌斯怀亚的2日航海之路。我们的旅程即将完结。现在带大家再欣赏一下德雷克海峡的浪涛汹涌，据说今天的浪高是不到4米。我们的徐老师曾经说遇到过很高很高，将近8米的浪。哇，这个浪整个船体都已经在摇摆，我们很多同事都已经晕倒了。昨天下午的时候，船方就已经在广播通知，让晕船的大家提前吃晕船药。现在我们带大家听听船上的最后2天的讲座吧。
Enrolled Amundsen, who was on the Belgica, so Cook and Amundsen, 2 who would go on to do great things. But they were 2 of the healthier people on this excursion. The Belgica had some issues with men not feeling well because they did not know that they needed to eat specific things and in order to fight off scurvy and other things. So in this book, The Madhouse at the End of the Earth, they go into great detail about this mysterious polar malaise in the Second World War. So it's a highly poisonous substance and was made being
试着看能不能给大家找一个机位看一下德雷克海峡。
This is Cook at the end of the journey. And I want to go back to what he looked like at the start. So you can see the toll that these excursions took on these men. This is after and before. I just find that interesting. It's like world leaders before they start their term in office and after, there's a big change. It's the same with these men. So after this expedition, what did Cook do? He went on to do some other expeditions. He went on the Arctic Relief Expedition in 1898, trying to find his old Captain Robert Peary from the northern expeditions. He went to Mount McKinley. He went on a North Pole expedition. Whether he found it actually or not is and there were lots of controversy, like his claims of being the first there were controversial. And he went into several business endeavors after his exploration career, which actually landed him with some fraud charges, and he ended up in jail. One of the only people to visit him, one of the only people from the expeditions that visited him in jail was Amundsen. Amundsen really bonded with him. Amundsen himself went on to, as we know, go after the goal of reaching the South Pole successfully. His team did not have a dedicated photographer. So in 1911, the South Polar Expedition set out, but the photography was a collaborative effort. There were 2 men in particular, Olav Bjaaland and Helmer Hansen, that were credited with taking the photos of this expedition. At this point, the photography was not given a really important status on the ship. Like, they did not have a dedicated photographer. It was just about documenting their achievements. So it's pretty straight on. Somebody's standing up, taking these photos, documenting their use of dogs, where the ship was, their equipment, their flags, cute little dogs, how they set up their camp. You'll see those tents. Amundsen adopted those same style of tent. Not very artistic yet. They didn't have to. I don't know if anybody saw Jason's lecture where there's only two ways of making an interesting picture. One of them is show somebody something that they haven't seen before, and the other is to show them something they see every day with a creative angle or some sort of creative composition. Here we're still at the stage of they just had to show people something they've never seen before. So they're documenting the daily life, documenting their mode of travel, and this in particular, actually reaching the South Pole. Big news, big news. And the only way to prove this to people was to show them photos. So they actually had, they recorded this moment of them reaching the pole, leaving a little sledge and tent there as a marker. And I'm gonna say that this here, when people back home saw this photo in the news, they would have likened it very much the way we watched this. You see the similarities in that. Great explorers, you just have to document the photo. So this creates the same feeling in the readers as this did in the lake when we landed on the moon. So pure documentation, that's what it was about up until now, up until we reach Herbert Pontingsburg in the Terra Nova expedition. So Ponting was born in England, Salisbury, England. He initially pursued a career in banking. Aren't we glad that he quit that job? He found that dull. He wanted to explore. So he left banking and he went on, traveled to California, developed his passion for photography, and started documenting mining camps, railroads, other natural scenery.